What's going on? So today I am outside. It is a beautiful day here in Tennessee, and I want to talk to you all about a book called Crispin. So I had to read this book for school, and I figured a lot of you might also. So I figured why not tell you guys a little bit about it so that y'all know what to expect if you do end up wanting to read this book or it being a school assignment. So I'm going to start off by reading the summary, just to give you guys an idea. Crispin is a poor 13-year-old peasant in medieval England. Accused of a crime he did not commit, he has been declared a wolf's head, meaning he may be killed on sight by anyone. He flees his tiny village with nothing but his mother's cross of lead. In the English countryside, Crispin meets a man named Bear, who forces Crispin to become his servant, yet encourages him to think for himself. But as Crispin's enemies draw ever closer, he is pulled right into the fortress of his foes, where he must find a way to save their very lives. So as you can already tell, this is a dark book, and to give you an idea just how dark it is, I'm going to read you the first couple of paragraphs. It gets worse, too. The day after my mother died, the priest and I wrapped her body in a gray shroud and carried her to the village church. Our burden was not great. In life, she had been a small woman with little strength. Death made her even less. Her name had been Asta. Since our cottage was at the village fringe, the priest and I bore her remains along the narrow, rutted road that led to the cemetery. A steady, hissing rain had turned the ground to clinging mud. No birds sang, no bells tolled. The sun hid behind the dark and lowering clouds. The book starts off with the kid's mom dying. And let's talk about his father for a second. He never really knew his dad because according to his mother, he died of the bubonic plague before Crispin was even born. Later on, we find out that that's not true, and his father is a very important person. But I'm not going to give it away, because it shook me when I read it. So, you're going to have to read the book for yourself if you want to find that out. And it's who his father is that led him to being declared a wolf's head, which, like the summary said, is pretty much where you can be killed by anyone at any time. And so, because of that, obviously, he fled his village, Stormford, and it's there that he comes across this little village where everyone has died from the bubonic plague, and he actually does see a hanging corpse. I'm not joking. And then he meets a man named Bear, who ultimately forces Crispin to become his servant. And let's talk about Bear for a little bit. Bear is an interesting character. We really don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. Truthfully, though, when we first meet him, we think he's bad, but as we get to know him, we ultimately realize that he really isn't a bad guy. He has Crispin's best interest in mind, and he really does see Crispin like his son, and Bear ultimately becomes a father figure that Crispin never really had, and it's really sweet seeing their bond grow. And Bear teaches Crispin how to play an instrument, which he never knew he could do. He teaches him how to look people in the eye. And the most important lesson of all, he teaches Crispin that faith really doesn't require anything special, because Crispin always thought that praying required him like having his mom's cross of lead with him and like clutching it and using all these fancy words. But we find out that that's not really true. Faith really just requires you and God. So, this book, as I've mentioned, or as the summary said, it is based in medieval England. So, there are some parts that did actually happen. John Ball, who was in this story, he was a real person. The bubonic plague was actually a real thing. that so many people lost their lives to, and lots of other things were also. So if you're interested in that, you can do some more research after you finish watching this video. Oh, something else that's random, but I feel like I should mention. On top of him being an orphan, Crispin never really even had a name. He was always just called Asta's son because that was his mother's name. And it's only later on that we find out that his actual name was Crispin. So I felt like the last line of the book is, let me find it. And my name I knew with all of my heart was Crispin. So I felt like that was a very good way to end the book because the story ultimately really did have a happy ending. Bear became the father figure that Crispin never really had, and Crispin didn't have to worry about being killed or anything like that because of his wolf's head thing. That was taken care of. I'm not really gonna spoil how it was, but it was interesting. So yeah. Anyways, I hope that this video helped you if you ultimately do have to read this novel. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do not forget to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Once again, thank you for watching. You're amazing, and I will see you next time. Bye!